didn't get a meeting to be able to start. So everyone can have their last class. They're thinking about this. I'll start by saying good afternoon and welcome to our honored guests, faculty, staff, family, future Barry students, and to our very special guest for today, our graduates. When I was asked to give this address, there were a couple of points of information I needed to know beyond the normal date, time, place, etc. And my first question was, how long would you like me to speak? Well, I could see the wheels turning and the plot was developing in their mind. And they said, well, you know, it is the graduation celebration. And could you make it fun? Yeah, it is the holiday coming up. So I said, okay, so you want it short, and you want everybody to have a good time. Is there anything else? And the answer was, well, since you asked, and you do have the beard, would you do it in a Santa suit? Well, I just looked for it. And as you can tell, I am not in a Santa suit. But I am willing to wear it.
Nice.
So of course, we have to have the glasses. So, the other thing I want you to notice is that the tassel is on the appropriate side since Santa has graduated. So, in the spirit of the season, I'm going to read to you what I believe will become a holiday season classic, at least for this class. But before I begin, I've got to give recognition and apologies to Mr. Clement Park Moore, who was in existence from 1779 to 1863. Clement Moore wrote a poem most of you know was called Was the Night Before Christmas. It's also called A Visit from St. Nicholas, and that was written in 1822. It's now a tradition in many American families to read this poem every Christmas Eve. The poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," has redefined our image of Christmas and Santa Claus. Prior to the creation of the story of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," St. Nicholas, the patron saint of children, had never been associated with a sleigh or reindeer. So I hope that this adaptation of this classic will become a classic of sorts for you. So I'd like to present to you "'Twas the Night Before Graduation." "'Twas the night before graduation, and all through the house, everyone was stirring, both children and spouse. It was truly, amazingly, finally declared that graduation from Barry had surely been its snare. The restlessness gave you time to reflect back to visions DV before Barry. And you recollect. The family had said, go for what you want. You have to wake up your brain, mentioned Your Honor. There were so many options and it was so confusing, it seemed like the rest of your life rode on your choosing. After pondering, pacing, and praying for a wise one, it was Barry University you saw on the horizon. Away to the office you went full of hope, and U of H said, I'm here to enroll, but lacking in cash. And to your amazement, what did appear? An academic plan, financial aid, portfolio, and new thoughts of a career. Offered by an advisor so cheerfully quick, you knew at that moment you couldn't just be a brick. More rapid than eagles, the courses they came. Professors said you had to remain. There certainly was no rest for the weary. And reading so much, your eyes would get teary. There were those papers and of course those tests. You wondered if you would ever be able to write. There was Copernicus, Maslow, Curie, and Sartre. You learned theology, humanities, and mathematics by heart. Sometimes it seemed easy, sometimes it seemed tall. For the capstone you had to integrate all. In a twinkling of time, it seemed to just fly by. The skills that you mastered are hard to come by. Analysis, expression, and appreciation are just a few that enable you to move beyond mere opinion. It's true. Your personality has become three-dimensional, and you certainly have become well-intentioned. Perspectives are welcome, not immediately rejected. Through social interactions, you become well-connected. You discuss ideas and implications and think about their impact on local nations. And although you seem serious on one part, you still haven't forgotten how to laugh when you leave. Your dreams you have been able to turn into action. As a model, you now give others action. To express their desires and reach their stars and never be held back by any old scars. And now it's time to lead by deed matched in word. Inspire and guide others when things seem absurd. Demonstrate compassion, empathy, and tolerance of all. Be adaptive, acceptable, and responsible in your call. Finally, as you spring from student and focus on what's next, remember through your transition, you've handled the complex. So if it's another degree or an advance in a career, it's the values that you've learned to which you'll adhere. Use knowledge, inclusion, social justice, and service in what you do. And in doing so, Barry will always be with you. One last point, which is said without strife. Happy graduation to all, and to all, goodbye.
Aww.
Thank you, Dr. Romano. It is now my pleasure to introduce the first of our outstanding students who has some very exciting words for you. Please welcome Teresa Castillo. Teresa worked in the digital media and technology industry for over 8 years. She is graduating with a Bachelor of Professional Studies with a specialization in legal studies, and she plans to attend Rollins College next year to pursue a master's degree in human resources, unless I can convince her to stay there. Teresa.
But despite all of these circumstances,
is no goal that I cannot reach. I am extremely grateful to this institution for the opportunity that I was given. It is no secret that as we leave the ceremony today, we face a very challenging job market. But the education that we have received at Barry University has prepared us not only to face this challenge, but to be successful. Whether you are staying in your current job or entering an entirely different industry, know that you are already successful. Not many people have the courage to follow their dreams and make their dreams come true. Anything you do from here on out will only make your future brighter. Congratulations, class of 2012. I am honored to call you one of my peers and excited for our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Next, I would like to welcome Sarimar Gives, daughter of Jorge Gives and Alba Lugo. Sarimar has served her community through church since she was 8 years old, and today she is graduating with magna cum laude honors. She completed a Bachelor of Legal Studies with a specialization in psychology. Her plans are to continue her education at Barry University with a dual master's in mental health and family counseling.